Did you see Dr. Leah got a hold of me this morning?
Oh.
Yeah, I got an owie, and I got a boo-boo.
And those look like minion bandages.
Wow, what's a minion?
Those are those little things on your fingers right now. Those yellow guys they call banana. Oh. Those are the ones. Well, it's very cute. Scott's wearing Minion Band-Aids today. I've got a Betty Boo one on my knee. So just if everyone could just tell us.
Boo?
Yeah. Hey, it's the Mike in the Mountain. I'm Brian Gary.
Yeah, and Scott Cisco.
All bandaged up. What did you do to your hands that your daughter had to play doctor?
So listen, I know a lot of people got these issues, right? So when I'm processing
let me stop you. When you start talking about your issues, no, a lot of people don't have your issues. All right. Nobody has your freaking issues.
No, we're going to talk about it because you compared me to the guy that long hair, dark hair. What was that guy you compared me to the other day?
Russell Brand and Get Him to the Greek.
Yeah, I haven't watched
that's what
that
our
yet.
day is like every day.
You comparing me to Russ? Because I
watch Get Him to the Greek. Look at the hell that Jonah Hill and the rest of the crew goes through to try to get Russell Brand to appear on this show. That is us trying to get Scott to a gig every day. That's what it's like.
So yeah, no, I got these boo-boos. I got one there.
See,
that's
that's nice. Yeah, you overused that one.
Yeah, no. So when I'm processing at night, when I'm up till 2, 3 o'clock.
Yeah, when I used to wake up.
I sit there and I start chewing. And then I'm like, it's dark and I taste blood.
So
I get them, I'm like, oh God. Yeah, I just tore big chunks.
Do we need to cover you in ranch at night so you don't eat yourself?
Well, that could be bad.
Oh, you like ranch?
I like ranch.
Okay,
yeah, mayonnaise.
Oh, okay. You know, Scott and I have a lot of things in common, and there's many times you'd swear we're brothers and that, but then there's many things we are nowhere near on, but our direct hatred of mayonnaise is a bonding compound between these two brothers.
It's all slickery and that could be used for other things.
Mayonnaise?
Well, yeah.
What, like as a lubricant kind of thing?
That's where I was going. For your wheels.
No, for anything.
Tires.
I just squirt some mayo on there. Yeah.
That's some schlickenpucky.
Go. James, how do you feel about mayonnaise as the IT member of the team?
I'm from the Miracle Whip family, so.
There you go. Millennials.
I can totally understand. Well, welcome to the podcast, and I'll just be flat out honest today on the Mike in the Mountain. I don't have a damn thing to talk about.
Right on.
Yeah, it's all you, bro.
Right on. Well, let me start out by saying, Brian, that I am a little frustrated today.
Whoa. What's the matter, Scott? Tell us about your problems.
So every morning I go to get my drink, which requires 6 shots of espresso on top of a caramel frappuccino. I pulled up this morning and I knew it was going to be a bad day. The sign read, "Sorry, no frappuccinos."
No. Dude, is that what we're experiencing this morning?
Yeah.
So what have you done?
Well, this is just an iced coffee. You know, I always have my iced coffee off and on throughout the winter. It helps me stay cool through the winter.
Sure.
And so I'm suffering through this right now.
Well,
but
I hope people realize the sacrifice that he is making this morning. Man, if you sound a little off, I totally understand.
Yeah,
brother.
no, I'm always a little off. If I sound a little on, it's because I haven't had my 6 shots.
That's Again, kids, don't try this at home.
No.
All right, no. I had one once. One
of mine, you did.
Oh, I did. And boy, did I feel that thing. As a man who's had a heart attack, that was pushing it. That was an absolute test.
Oh, you know, I needed just to get the heart rhythm in place in the morning.
I think what you have is a salsa beat going when you get that thing going.
Tequila! No. Frappuccino!
Apparently that one's working, brother. That's it.
It's not as good, but.
Well, I just wrapped up another weekend alone where My family was gone camping, and I was left home alone, and it made me realize just kind of how pathetic I am. I always preach, if you want to have friends, be somebody you'd want to hang out with. I mean, it's heavy, but it's very, very true. If you're sitting there, man, I got nobody comes over, I got no friends and all that. Well, are you any fun? Are you doing anything that really would attract anybody to come in, or are you always complaining? Are you down? Check yourself and see, because you need to become who you'd want to hang out with, because you spend more time with yourself than anybody. So if you don't dig hanging around with you, why in the hell would you expect anyone else to?
Man, that's heavy. That's heavy shit with no Frappuccino, dude. I'm trying to process this. Like, you have just took me way in the deep shit, bro.
But it's very true.
Sure, I'll go with that.
No, and it's something I'd like you to think about.
Well, no, I think me and Russell Brand could hang out, man. He's my kind of dude, man.
Okay.
I've watched him a few times, and I like jive with the dude, man. I could totally understand.
That's what you got out of what I just threw out. No wonder your therapist quit.
Well, I
throw out some
me.
Deep, reflective. You can really form yourself on this stuff, and you turn it into, I could hang with Russell Brand.
I thought that's what that meant.
No.
Because I could find somebody that was like me.
No, you won't.
Wait a minute.
No, you won't. You will not. This is as close as it gets, brother. That's it.
Well, thank God for you.
Oh, man. So I tried to be somebody I'd want to hang around with. I thought, well, I'm going to make me fun.
What'd you do? What did you do?
Tell me this doesn't sound like something you'd be attracted to and say, I want to hang with this guy.
Lay it on me.
All right. I got out my TV tray, set it in front of me in the living room.
You still have some of those?
Yeah, I do.
No way.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, I miss the TV trays,
really?
man.
Oh, we use them all the time.
Seriously?
They're great. Yeah, I got a great set of 4 wooden ones that you just fold out and set them out. So I put one of those out in front of me, and then I went into my office and got what I think everyone has in their office. I had a little container full of tiny... Next to that was this little container. The first one made the second one a lot more fun. Trust me on this.
Okay.
All right.
You are the kind of guy I want to hang out with, bro. Why do you call me, man? Dude.
You might have done this with me.
I totally could have.
So I pulled out that other container.
Yes.
And in that, it was full of those little plastic horses that you'd play with when you were a kid, like if you had a little play school farm or something.
Yeah.
These little horses that we had bought years ago because I was going to put them all over one of Susan's cakes.
Okay.
Susan, who I used to work with, big horse freak.
So
Susan. I took these things out and I thought, I'm going to set up every one of these on this TV tray. So I sat there with a bucket of, 70 to 100 of these little horses.
Like the little G.I. Joe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those little guys.
Yeah.
And I set them all up on the TV tray like they were in a stampede.
Right.
And I noticed that beside that, when I went in to grab between those other 2 containers, was the little, I have a little Lego version of me.
Okay.
It's a little Lego guy that looks exactly like me.
Really?
Yeah. So I took him and I put him in the middle of the stampede, and then he was just, just holler, stampede, and I'm doing all this stuff. And then Dante came by and hit the TV tray, knocked all the horses down.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I wasn't going to do it again, but for a few minutes, I was rocking through a stampede. Lego me was surviving. I was getting all those stallions going to the side. It was,
wait a minute. You was trying to be somebody you'd want to hang around with.
You wouldn't want to hang around with somebody who plays with Legos and a bunch of little rubber horses? Nah, me either. All right, enough things you shouldn't confess to. Let me just scratch that one off. You have more questions about me now more than ever. Or are you thinking you'd come over and you would have done some things with those horses too?
I just don't want to talk about it on the live podcast.
Okay, you would have lined them up and shot them with a dart.
I do. Yeah.
See, that's tranquilize the herd. See,
yes.
I'm thinking, next time they leave me alone, I've got a whole new mission.
Dude, we could set them up in here and we could bring the air gun.
Now we're...
Dude. See? Now we're jiving,
okay,
bro. I just took you next level. No
you want to hang out with me. That's it.
No, we're going to have a battle royale.
Well, I did that, and then I did something I haven't done in years. I sat and watched a martial arts movie.
I'm like a kung fu?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I ain't watched one of those.
I hadn't either. I'm flipping through, and it says, security guard, place gets invaded and has to use his martial arts skills to do it.
Like a movie? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on Netflix. It was like, it took me back to old school Bruce Lee kind of
come on, man.
kung fu movies where I'm sitting alone in my living room going, whoa!
Right.
Danielson. Whoa! Yeah.
That's it. I'm like the worst acting I've ever seen ever.
Oh.
But the kung fu was righteous, It was.
Is it funny watching that old school stuff?
It
man?
was, and James is nodding over there. I just hit your genre, didn't I? You like kung fu, don't you?
Oh, dude, Ip Man, The Matrix, Hero. Like I can list a bunch of names. You guys probably have no idea what I'm going to be talking.
So
about.
I just dipped into a well there.
Oh yes.
Okay.
But if you really want a really good comedic movie though, that's kung fu genre, Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh, Kung Fu Hustle is great. Yes, it is.
Yes.
I'm with you on that. That is a very, very good movie. If you haven't seen that, put it on your list, too, of things we have recommended. You've been trying to make us watch Rango.
Dude, I love me some Rango. Have you watched it yet?
No.
You son of a...
I have not made it yet.
Well, you talk about these Kung Fu shows, that makes me think I just watched one.
What'd you watch?
This is a guy like Russell Brand that I can relate to, that I can hang with. Deadpool. Dude, I love that guy, man. I could hang with that cat. Yeah. I'm starting to find more and more people in this world that are like me, Brian.
And you'll notice they're all fictitious.
That dude is off the hook. That dude is legit,
Scott's
man.
sitting there trying to figure out what fictitious means.
I'm assuming that's something good. Okay. I was on a diet once and lost some fictitious.
No more fictitious. Yeah, that's it.
I had that removed.
So, as I mentioned, the wife was up camping all weekend. And they were up at the, I think it's the world's highest KOA campground.
Really?
Which was up around Cripple Creek.
Okay.
So they're up there, and they took my grandsons went, and they took them to, there's a wolf sanctuary up there.
Wolf sanctuary.
Yeah, so they got to go and see the wolves and sit with wolf dogs and this kind of stuff,
Right.
and they were just absolutely in heaven.
Right.
They had such a blast, but then... my daughter shows up home with the two boys and said Mom should be just about an hour behind us. She was going to help Faye pack up the camper.
Okay.
Well, about 3 hours later, I get a call from my wife that says, we're locked out of the camper.
No.
I'll keep you updated. We're trying to get tools.
Wait a minute. They're close to wolves.
No, they had made it down the hill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, they had gotten down and they were going to store the camper where it gets stored.
Oh, okay.
All right, but they go to do that and they go to get into the camper and they can't. It's completely locked. The door, the lock had malfunctioned.
Yeah.
So they can't get in, and they're checking all over. They're thinking, "Geez, how are we going to get into this? We got to get in." Her friends panicking and all that. They're going all over. They're checking everything. They're checking every window to see if maybe they hadn't locked one or left one open. And they push on this one window, and it slides just a little bit.
No way.
And they just light up, and it's like, okay, open that thing up. And then they look at the opening, and they look at themselves. And they go, well, there ain't enough acid blood in the world to make this work.
Get the Miracle Whip. Get the Miracle Whip. Wait,
so
it's inside.
They look around. They say, we need to find a child. So
that's okay. This is going wrong.
They look around the area and they find a 5-year-old kid. They said, so we got permission from his parents, which was very important. Yes, so they lure this 5-year-old child.
Oh my!
To try to climb into the window of the RV and
explain to him how to unlock the door
and go through.
But they did it.
No. They got him up there, and nope, he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. He couldn't go through it. The 5-year-old said, no, I can't do it. So the 5-year-old's dad says, do you want me to give it a try? So, if you don't mind, sure. So he climbs up there and starts to get in and gets stuck with his head in there.
No
like
way.
Winnie the Pooh in the honey tree.
Oh, my God.
He's stuck, wedged in their camper. They gotta, again, get out the Miracle Whip, pull this dude out.
All he got was his head through the window.
And then my wife says, all right, screw it, I'm going in.
No.
So she gets a bucket and puts it on top of a ladder.
Oh, Jesus.
And she climbs up and she says to Faye, I'm going to stick one boob in. Try to work around the corner, and then if I get that, I need you to shove the other one through. I'm going to wedge my way in. So she climbs up. She gets up there and boobed her way in. Got in and saved the day. So.
Oh my God.
Well done, honey. Oh. Those things come in handy. But I was proud of her. Oh. In the meantime, while she's gone, I do my Sunday ritual. I went over to my friend Bob and Susan's house to have breakfast. Yep. So me and Dante, I always take the poodle with because he's got a buddy over there.
Dante.
Oh, shut up. Oh. So we go over. We go over for breakfast. Well, in the meantime, now remember last time I left town when my other dog, Chevy, decided he was going to eat my chair cushion and a weighted blanket and everything? Yeah. Chevy apparently thought I had left for the week when I took Dante. I'm gone for 2 hours for breakfast. I come home.
Are you kidding me?
He has ripped up the living room.
Get out of here, man.
He has torn up boxes. He went down to my daughter's medicine and got her like vitamins, all of her supplements, opened a big expensive jar of hair conditioner, took the top off and was just licking out the center.
Dude, is he still alive?
Yeah, luckily barely. No, but I got home and I heard no barking, and usually he's screaming at me at the door. So I thought,
guilty.
Oh, absolutely. When I walk in and there's nothing, I'm like, oh. And then I look and Chevy's waiting at the door with his tail tucked way down, waiting for me to let him out. And I said, oh, no. No, you got to look like we've got to go look through this house. So I went through the house and found all this, and then I did, I think, what any animal owner does at that time. He got
COVID anxiety affecting the dogs too, maybe?
Boy, I would love to attribute it to anything other than him just being a certified a-hole.
Okay.
But I think I think that's what he is.
So dude, seriously,
he's Chihuahua, Pit Bull, Min Pincher, a-hole. That's what
you got to start kindling him or something, man.
He's going to be waiting outside from now on. This never happened.
What is going on with the dude,
man? We went a decade without him ever doing anything like that. Really? And now just lately.
Do you think he overheard they went to go look at the wolves and come back with the wolf teddy bears and stuff, and he's a little jealous?
There's many things he could have overheard. I'm not exactly sure.
Or maybe you over the weekend.
But Chevy, if you're listening right now, put it down! Okay, there. All right. Hey, let me point out the band T-shirt of the day. I am wearing the Mavericks. This is their Mavericks rolling along. He's got his little rolling thing there. The Mavericks, some people might not be familiar with them. They've been around for decades.
For a long time.
Oh, yeah. Their debut, I remember when I heard their debut, it was from Hell to Paradise, and there was a song called Mr. Jones that just got me because I heard this guy's voice that sounded like if Patsy Cline were a dude, this is what it would have sounded like.
What the what?
Seriously.
Dude, how do you Patsy Cline some dude's voice? For real?
He is the greatest male vocalist I've heard in country.
Really?
Just without a doubt. Pure singer. Okay. Nobody sings like Raul Malo.
Okay.
He is the lead singer of the Mavericks, and he's Cuban, and they've got this kind of mambo vibe to their country that you cannot sit still.
You can't sit still.
It makes you either want to fall in love, make love, feel beat up by love, or party. I mean, it's just got...
I'm down with one of those.
I know you are. You love to party. But I've been in love with their music since I first heard it. And then they kind of broke onto the scene with the hit What a Crying Shame. And that album had songs like Pretend and I Should Have Been True and all of these great great, just crooner, Roy Orbison-esque kind of country classic. You know, you can feel the haunting in it.
Yeah.
And when the Mavericks first started, you know, a great band. In fact, one of the band members at that time was married to Trisha Yearwood. And that was obviously pre-Garth, but her husband before Garth was a member of the original Mavericks when they came out. Yes. And
so this goes way back then,
yeah. The Mavericks have been pumping it out for, I'm going to say, close to 30 years now.
Wow.
And still to this day, I buy everything this band releases. When my wife and I renewed our vows, we walked down the aisle to a Mambo by the Mavericks.
No way.
And danced our way out of the church, you know, which was really cool. But I love me some Mavericks. They've got their latest album is just them redoing old hits like Swing and, you know, they do Bruce Springsteen's Hungry Heart, and they even do a Donnie and Marie song and just jazz it up and make it fun. This is the ultimate party band. When I talked about the last Bandoleros a few weeks ago, I talked about one of my greatest moments was hanging with them watching the Mavericks. Really? Because I watched the Bandoleros open up for the Mavericks, and then I sat with the last Bandoleros to watch the Mavericks.
Really?
And I saw more horrible white person dancing during the Maverick show.
Oh, yeah.
It's like every 50 to 60-year-old dude thought he had some kind of swing in him and had it going, and we just sat back, and I just laughed at everyone getting it on. Because they were just having fun. But I love me some Mavericks. Go to the Mike in the Mountain website, themikeinthemountain.com. I'm going to put up a feature on the Mavericks. I'll put up a couple of cuts that I really like from them. And if you're not familiar with them, get a feel for them. They are my favorite live country band I've ever seen in my life. So, little Mavericks for you here on the Mike in the Mountain. I want to thank Scott, too.
Oh, by golly, that's the first time I think I've ever heard that.
Well, last week, no, it's not. Last week we went out on we were checking a muskrat situation.
Oh, we were.
All right, so we're out at some land checking some muskrat, and as we're leaving, I made the comment that, you know, we're not that far from Kursey Pizza, which is at Kersey, a little town just east of us, but their pizza is like the best I've had. It's incredible. So we stopped there, and James and I are sitting there while Scott goes up and whispers something to the people making the pizza. And I think what he said was, eliminate all sauce and make this the cheesiest thing you have ever done in your life.
Wasn't that pizza?
That was I believe, 18-inch round of constipation.
Oh, yes, it was.
It was. James, you're nodding with me on this.
Dude, the first slice was awesome. It was like a bunch of cheese curds. Second one, I'm like, I might regret this later.
It's the kind of cheese that gets stuck in your throat and you got to pull it out because it's that choke cheese.
Pulling it out.
Well, yeah, you're pulling the slice too as well, and you're just pulling and pulling.
You smack the guy at the table next to you because it's fun.
Wasn't that so beautiful?
No, it was great, except it plugged me up.
No way.
But luckily, the same day,
yes,
Dr. Cisco had given me some advice on how to fight constipation.
Call me the doctor.
You know, we all in our families, we have these old school remedies. You know, things that were passed down from grandmother to daughter, and then it keeps going down from generation. Scott's family's off the hook.
Yeah.
I heard...
Thanks, Mom.
I heard one I had never heard of before. If you are experiencing constipation...
That's right.
You get yourself a bar of soap.
This is not recommended at home. We don't stand behind this. We relieve ourselves of all liabilities.
This was Grandma.
There's a bunch of fast words that should go in there.
Yeah, disclaimers below. Don't try this at home. But apparently, just a sliver of soap up the keister,
or just a sliver,
can help loosen everything and then let everything take its course and release the plug, if you will.
Not that I've used Miracle Whip.
Well, this sounded like, again, I'm home alone for the weekend. I got me a bar of soap and a paring knife
Give it just a little
sitting
slice
in the shower. No, I look around, no bar of soap.
Huh?
None. All I had was that liquid pump soap.
Oh,
let me tell you, that's a different fit.
Yeah.
I don't recommend that for anybody. No, that's bad.
Let's go back to the Mavericks. Didn't weren't they? Didn't that whole team get shut down because of the COVID?
Yeah. Well, they had that big hit, a little bit of soap, which was that was.
I think we're on a different page here.
But again, we are not doctors.
No, we are not.
But
although I do get called the doctor.
No, but I do want to say, if you have some interesting home remedies, we'd love to hear about it.
Seriously, come on.
All right,
man.
if you've got some, because we all, everybody's family has something that you go,
you know what my mama did to me?
She would put molasses and boogers on a piece of, or it'd be something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But everyone's got those home remedies, and I would love to hear about it.
I want to know if somebody's ever had, I don't know if you guys know this, I want to share another one with you.
Yeah, please do.
A mustard onion rub. So whenever chest congestion.
Is this to keep people away?
My granny would do a mustard onion, she'd grind it, and she would rub it on your chest and your back. It was same as Vicks, but different, all natural.
A mustard onion rib. Was this
rub.
Leftover after preparing some ribs?
It could have been.
Let's marinate Scott.
Because let's talk about what my mom did for Vicks. Because Vicks is supposed to be, for congestion.
Yeah, it cleans you out.
My mom, because, okay, follow me on this. We'd watch the Dukes of Hazzard, right? Us kids, we'd have a 2-liter bottle of RC Cola and some popcorn. We'd watch the Dukes of Hazzard. Then after that, we were shoved off to bed because Dallas came on. You remember Dallas?
Oh, I certainly do.
Dallas? Come
Absolutely.
on, right after Dukes of Hazzard.
Absolutely.
And I was always like this around the corner of the bedroom watching Dallas. I was up to speed.
Charlene
I knew what Jared was
Tilton
doing. I knew what was going on in the Dallas world. But my mom would come in and take that Vicks, and she'd rub it right underneath my eyes.
Under the eyes?
Yeah, because that way I was forced to lay in the bed and keep my eyes closed because it was watering so damn bad I couldn't open my eyes and watch Dallas.
That sounds like something she'd do if she found a Playboy under
That's
your bed.
Horrible, ain't it? That's horrible, ain't it? That's just wrong, man. That's just wrong. Yeah, them home remedies could be multifaceted.
Bad
universal.
News. Bad news. Hey, a couple more things I want to touch on. I was watching, and this is a wildlife question, okay? Okay, but it ain't going to be as fun as you think.
No,
you're not going to really tap into your brain. But I'm watching some wildlife show and a news story about them stocking lakes with fish.
Right.
And the process
Wasn't
of
that
it.
Cool?
When they fly over with the helicopter.
Right.
And they open it up.
Right.
And drop the fish into the lake.
Right.
What kind of trip does this have to be for the fish, man?
I don't.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Because, no fish even knows they're afraid of heights or falling.
Right, no.
That's not something they experience.
No.
Just swimming around, minding my own business. Suddenly some big auric vacuum has sucked me up into this thing.
Right.
I'm flying in a helicopter.
And you're airborne. Yeah.
Splash right down. They've got to come down and go, what the?
How would Deadpool do that? That could be cool.
But I just picture the poor guy. He's gone through all this. He's been dropped in. He hits the water. Oh, I'm alive. Thank God, a worm. Ah, crap. That's bringing him in.
Right. Well, they did state that it would be a year to 2. I think almost a year and a half to 2 years before these things were catchable and eatable.
Is that right?
These were fry, what they refer to as fry. These are just little bitty guppy trout. And these are dropped at high mountain lakes, that a lot of people can't get into. But as we know, fish, they move through streams, through things like that. You know what I'm saying? And people do access these, but you got to hike to get to these fishing lakes. But they move up and downstream. And what a cool thing to watch, though, man.
Oh, it was absolutely fantastic to see it. It was.
Because when I say Colorado Parks and Wildlife, what do you think of? Game wardens.
Oh, yeah.
Game wardens. But what we don't give recognition to is all the biologists, the fisheries. There is a lot of people involved with that are absolutely essential to wildlife conservation, that are busting their humps every day, that are making a difference for what we do in this world, man. So I want to give a shout out to all the biologists, all the people that don't get hurt, that are busting their rumps every day, and my game wardens too. I love you, man. I really do.
No, he does. He does.
Yeah. If it wasn't for the collaboration of what we do and how we do it and why we do it, man, I tell you what, to be a part of all these different entities and do what we do, man. I mean, come on, y'all have been with me, man. It don't get no better than this.
No,
it don't get no better than this.
It truly doesn't. And that inspired me because I knew as I'm watching the fish hit and I'm doing all that, and I'm like, well, Scott's the mountain man. He's probably witnessed this and and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
He's probably sat underneath with his mouth open. That
with my
kind
toast.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. But then I remembered you're not big on the water.
No.
And I thought of that when I was watching the show River Monsters. You ever watch River Monsters? Jeremy Wade?
Yeah.
Well, I was watching it because they were going after these. They were trying to figure out why years ago these people disappeared after this boat wreck.
Right.
And here they were theorizing that these giant catfish get big enough to come in and just take you down with them.
No, that's real.
Oh, yes, it was, because he
that's-
was catching some of them.
Yeah, no. Listen, what? Listen, yeah, no. I'm all giddy, man. Now,
No, you go.
Listen, there's enough monsters on the ground that we don't need to go messing around in the water. We don't need to know what's under the water. I mean, Wade, you get it. Go, man. Do what you do. I'm gonna be on the ground. Listen, them movies are wrong. Open water, them should be taken. We got enough anxiety going on in the world that we don't need movies like Open Water to be jacking people up. James?
Scott, I want to add more to the anxiety.
Oh, God.
We have more information about space itself than our own ocean.
Right, so why go on it? Why?
Well,
Stay out of the water.
It covers how much of the planet?
Like 70+%.
So it'd be a good thing to know.
The water. Stay out of the water. There's things in there. I watched a documentary where there's something that swims up to your...
Yeah, I know that. I've seen that
And
one
then you
too.
got to have that removed and stay out of the water. Make your mud hole in the backyard. Monsters.
You made a fine argument on the fish. I got nothing. Once
I'm
you
done.
mentioned that fish, I'm done.
Get
I won't even
ass out of
bathe.
the water and
That's
get
it.
on the dirt. Get on the dirt.
That's
God, Lord, golly. Ooh, man.
okay. So,
All right.
sorry, I didn't mean to go into that.
No,
I will mention too, as we're slowly inching our way through October here.
Is it October already?
Yeah, it is. Halloween coming at the end of the month, and this is going to be a very different Halloween for people.
Yeah.
I mean, already just through the years, the amount of people who would hit my door and do the trick-or-treating was getting a little bit smaller and smaller each year.
Right.
This year, with
So have they legit canceled that?
no, I haven't heard anything like that, but I mean, it's going to be one of those, people-to-people things that they're going to decide, but for the most part, going door to door and asking for anything right now is not a great idea.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I did see somebody, in fact, James, I think, had shown me a GIF or something of somebody who has this idea set. He's got like one of those air guns, and he's got it loaded with Halloween candy, so you can just shoot out the window, and they can hold their bag open, and you just fire stuff out to them.
I like that, man.
See, I'm going to get like Nebraska at their football stadium.
The big potato guns?
Well, they use that gun to shoot hot dogs up into the crowd.
Oh.
I'm going to shoot wieners out my window to the trick-or-treaters. I think that would be awesome, wouldn't it?
I'm going to see if I can take some out at the legs. I'm going to turn the volume up just a little on that.
You just wait till word spreads that some dude's got a wiener cannon over in Greeley. People are going to be lining up out there to get that. It beats the past years when we just handed out the leftover Taco Bell hot sauce packets.
Yeah. And those were good. I got
they
some
were
of
good.
those.
Yeah,
We stopped by. I still
cute
got
little
some.
saying on them.
Yeah. No, I don't understand why kids don't come to my house to trick or treat.
Scott,
I've never had a single kid come to my house.
You have metal revolvers crossing each other on the gate with a reminder that you don't call 911.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have, Scott, it would just be a really...
I don't understand.
I'd be afraid at what I would get if I came here?
Yeah.
Here, we got a Starling for everyone.
Not to mention, Scott, you're kind of isolated from the rest of the world, so it's not exactly an easy hike to get to your house.
Yeah, this is an odd. Look, if you come here trick or treating, you're asking for something. I mean, it's serious.
Trick or treat.
Yeah,
Trick or treat. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now I remember when we would
it.
go trick or treating, man. Do you remember when word would get out? Because there was usually one house along the route that would have some sweet old lady who gave out full-size candy bars.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, and then you also had that one a-hole who gave you a dental pamphlet.
Yeah.
You know, it was
and a tube of toothpaste.
That was it. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, come on over. We've got a candy bar and a stern talking to for you. Come on in. That's it. Oh, that'll be wonderful.
Yeah,
That's it.
No, wait a minute. Wait, October. That's something.
Now.
Yeah, that's now.
For me, that's Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest.
Oh, yeah, I'm more of the
Halloween. There's
Oktoberfest
some.
kind of.
Totally can go with that. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Especially this year.
Wait a minute. What's today's date? The number?
Well, that doesn't matter because.
No, it does.
No, it doesn't because I don't know when this is going to play.
No, because I just remembered that my birthday's on the 12th.
Well, we ain't
I
there
just
yet.
remembered.
Yeah, so you got a birthday coming up?
I do. I just remembered.
Well,
I'll be 26.
You can send your bars of soap to.
Cisco, C-I-S-C-O.
Son of a...
We'll get you hooked up,
dirty
bro.
rotten.
We will. Well, this is always so much fun to sit and do this, but if I can I'm going to bring us down just for a minute because I just want to give out a heartfelt, just some heartfelt words to a dear friend. We're fortunate in this life to have, I've said that I have 10 fingers because I think in your lifetime, you meet about 10 people that you can truly count on.
Right.
You know, I got lots of friends. I have so many people that I love that I consider friend. But that list of who you can really, really count on, it comes to about that. And one of the fingers on my hand is a buddy of mine named Keith.
Right.
And Keith and I have been friends for decades. Keith and I did a trip where we rode our Harleys out to Topeka to the Westboro Baptist Church to mess with those a-holes. And to get to stand with him, one of my favorite pictures I have of all time is Keith and I with our American flags standing in front of the Korean War Memorial in Topeka.
Right.
And that picture just stands with me. And Keith has been a brother for all these years. I was sitting down here, it was barely a week ago, when Keith gave me a call to tell me that his wife had cancer. Right. And it was a lymphoma that was very aggressive, so aggressive that she passed away. Right. A blessing in sorts. Sure. That it took her so quickly that she didn't have to suffer greatly through this. But I just feel for my brother, right? For their kids, for their grandkids, for their great grandchildren. Just wonderful people. Keith and Jerry were. You see Keith, you just knew. You just thought of Jerry. You see Jerry, you think of Keith. Right. I think they were married 50-some years. Right. These two were together, and he had to say goodbye to his beloved wife just yesterday. Right, right. And it, again, a blessing that it went quick. I'm so grateful that I got to sit down with him the day after she went into hospice and just sit and just listen to him and talk to him. And we were sitting there that night, and he said, she has been in so much pain for the last couple of years. He said that it is going to hurt me, and I want her to be here more than anything, he said. Right. But he said, I'm going to go through a lot of pain when she goes, he said. Right. But if I have to experience pain so that she no longer does, he said, I can handle that. And I thought that was one of the most beautiful, unselfish things I had ever heard. And I don't know how I would have been in that situation. I just know that I couldn't be the man Keith is being through this. Right. But to his whole family, I love you. I care about you. Jerry, you're an absolute angel. As he said, if you are greeted by an angel with beautiful white wings with purple tips, tell her I love her. Wow. And that is his bride. So, Jerry, thank you for all the love you put into this world, and thank you for the loving children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren that you left behind who will carry on that legacy of love that you left. And it's a great reminder to just love those around you.
Come on now.
To hold them close, to tell them, leave nothing left unsaid. There are no guarantees except this moment that we are in right now.
Right.
If you feel something for somebody, let them know. Do not let that go. It's so much better to tell somebody over a dinner table than it is over a coffin.
Right.
So just make sure you say what is meant to be said, that you need to say, and let those that mean something to you know that they do.
For sure.
Life is short and unpredictable. So if I got anything from this, I'm going to love my wife more. I'm going to squeeze those around me tighter.
Right.
And I'm going to let my love flow, because we just don't know. So love you, Keith. Love you, your entire family. And I'll be over to visit you soon.
Much love.
We still got a lot of celebrating to do and a lot of talking to do. So just leave you with that. Love your family around you. And please know that from the bottom of our hearts, we love you, and we thank you so much for making this life we get to live possible.
No doubt.
To come in here, mess around, just a couple of brothers, shucking and jiving, just talking, having fun. And I'm blessed by it every day. So realize your blessings as well.
Absolutely.
So,
well, man, we needed it. I mean, you touched base on a lot of things. That's some heavy stuff, man, for Keith and his wife. How long did you say they were married?
I believe 54 years.
54 years, man. I mean,
yeah.
But, that's something we all got to realize, man, that we're all here. Everything's here for a short period of time. And you hit spot on, man, with love who you with, love who you ain't with. That's something that, man, in this world today, we don't got a whole lot going on, man. I mean, I got a nephew that this weekend I slid up and dropped in, and from a distance, seen my nephew's baby boy, Jace, just brand new, come into the world, man. Brand new life, little football-sized kid, man. With life, there's death. With death, there's life. I mean, and it relates to everything we do, man, to the forests that we see that are on fire. And we could sit here and accuse the Forestry Service and the funding, but this is nature. This is real, man. There was a country song. Help me out, man. There was a country song. Tim McGraw.
Oh, live like you were dying.
Live like you were dying.
Oh, and it's so true. We all need to embrace that. Let's not waste our time on hate. Let's not waste our time where there is no fruit. There's no fruit in that. No. Just seek what's right. Seek peace. Seek happiness. Seek love. That's why we're all here.
Come on now.
It is. So just a good reminder of that, without a doubt. Again, we love you here. Thank you for listening to The Mike and the Mountain. Check out the website, themikeandthemountain.com. I talked about the Mavericks earlier. You can check them out. And any of the bands we've talked about previously, we have information up on them too. And always like for you to check it out. Put up a couple videos and a link to their official website as well. So that's all waiting for you on The Mike and the Mountain. Brother, I love you, man.
Love you too, bro.
Hey, thanks for checking us out. We'll talk to you again next week on The Mike and the Mountain. I know that was heavy, man, but that's...
Dude, that was heavy.
But
that was good, man.
It was real.
Good. Yeah.
We got to love.
No, I love it, man.
We got to love.
I love it. Spot on. I'm all about love. Russell Brand, he's all about love. He's
Furry
all
walls.
about love. I love Russell Brand.
I know you've got to know. You have to watch that movie before you can start talking more about it. I want to hear you say furry walls and you're being selfish.